Hi, everyone. My name is Monty She/Her, a modern classroom expert mentor and middle school science teacher in Atlanta, Georgia.
I'm Sarah Moon, she/her pronouns, modern classroom expert mentor and elementary instructional coach and interventionist in Durham, North Carolina.
Hey everybody, it's Tavia here. As you can see, I have a gift of my own that has come earlier this year. I want to introduce everybody to little Drake Jakari, and I teach high school science in Reedsville, North Carolina.
Welcome, Drake. We're so excited for you to join us today. And I am Tony Rose Deanna, and she/her pronouns, a modern classroom program manager and a former middle school English teacher. And as you can see, this is keeping up with the modern classroom. So just a quick background, Monty and I worked together in DC and implemented the model during the 2019-2020 school year. So she taught middle school science there. I taught middle school English, and we never turned back. And then our Facebook group continues to grow. So we created both Sarah and Tavia, who are both incredible MCP mentors, to become moderators and share their lived experiences.
All right, so let us go ahead and get started. So first of all, just like we do every month, we like to shout out our member of the month. And our member of the month for the month of November was Evan Jarrett. And we just love your engagement, your updates and your pictures and your enthusiasm. It's super contagious, and we love that you teach CTE and you're amazing. So thank you so much for your engagement. As a reminder, if you're new to our Facebook group, we do celebrate 2 members of the week each week. Those members of the week get a sticker. And then at the end of every month, we do choose a member of the month who gets a free t-shirt. These members are chosen because of their engagement. Sometimes, posts get a lot of comments and things like that, and or sharing resources. So thank you so much to everyone who contributes, and we just want everybody to keep at it.
So Sarah, let's move on to our topic of the month, reflecting on 2021. So I'll move the slides if you take it away.
Perfect. All right, everyone. So it has been a year, to say the least. And you can go ahead and click that slide, Tony Rose. And so this episode of Keeping Up with the Modern Classrooms is all going to be about the highs, the lows, the oh my's, and the oh no's, because we know that there was probably plenty of them for all of us joining it. So again, we are so happy to be with you in this shared space today, and we're going to be looking a little bit more at some highs, lows, oh my's, and oh no's from our Facebook group, and also sharing some of our personal journeys during 2021 as well. I'm going to go ahead and pass the mic back over to Tony, Rose, and Monty, because they started Keeping Up with the Modern Classrooms, and this is our 6th episode, which is fantastic. Do you guys want to share any of your oh my's from starting this Facebook show this year?
We definitely started with Facebook Live. And so if you have been in the Facebook group for a while, you know how much of a hot mess Monty and I were during the live sessions. However, we do miss the interaction that you all would have, comments with the reactions. And so we're thinking about toying around with a little bit of live action next year. We'll see how that goes. We're going to try it again, but we're going to keep up with this show as well, just so that there's a lot more people who can watch it, not just on the Facebook, not just in the Facebook group. We do really like this recorded version because we're able to give you resources as you need, give you some visuals as well. And it's just a fun way to get everyone together. Monty, you want to add anything?
Yeah, I don't even remember where we were in life when we even came up with this idea of this Facebook show. But it seems so daunting when we first were proposing it. But now that we do it every month, it's kind of like, man, this is kind of cool. So I'm super excited to kind of see where we go with this. I know many of you in the group are fans of the podcast, and I hope that eventually you can also be fans of this as well, because we work really hard on it for you guys. So we really hope you're enjoying it.
Yeah, and we really had a hard time creating a name for our show. For the longest time, Monty was like catching up with
ketchup.
Yeah,
like
ketchup. Yeah. Catch up with Tony Rose and Monty, but if you all know Keeping Up with the Kardashians, that's kind of how I came up with the Facebook show. I did not watch the show at all, but I figured, whatever, let's go with the pop culture. Everyone kind of knows the reference, even if they don't watch the show.
I do want to add that this name was not even supposed to stick. Like, it wasn't even supposed to be the name. In episode 1, if you watch episode 1, you'll see that we're like, we probably won't keep the name. And then here we are 6 episodes later, still a name. So
we're still open for to change it. Like, it is a-okay.
2022,
2022, we're all about embracing change anyway. So we've just been really, really, really excited to put these shows together. Tavia and Sarah both can attest to what a hot mess Monty and I were. And so hopefully, I do want to give a shout out. Sarah Moon, man, thank you so much for creating this slide, because I wouldn't have created it. So
me either. I'm a hot mess in real life. So I know on video, maybe I seem put together, but I'm actually a hot mess, like, in real life.
I don't know, Monty. I feel like I've known you long enough to know the reality of it all. But again, we really appreciate you all for continuing to support us and celebrate us and really just give us feedback to make everything better for you. And so please continue to do that. We embrace feedback. We embrace critique, just so that everything is the way that you want it to be and that it's effective for you. So a couple of things just to point out our growth this year. If you take a look here from January 1st, 2020 this year, like, it was real low, right? And so we now have a total of 8,245 members, so 8,245 total members, and we started out with 3,000. And I remember that Monty and I, when we first started managing the Facebook group, we had maybe Monty, like 2,000 people, right? Like in 2019.
Yeah, it was a small number.
It was a really small number. And so to see this growth as of 12/12/2021, and it's probably gone up a little bit more as well, we have over 8,000 implementers, educators who are interested in implementing this model. And so a lot of you are from our free course users, a lot of you are from the virtual mentorship program, and a lot of you just kind of stumbled upon this group, and that's okay. We welcome you. And so we really appreciate this growth. It's a little bit overwhelming at times. There's 4 of us and 8,000 of y'all. So bear with us, be patient with us. And again, like, always reach out to us. You can DM us as well if you have any feedback or concerns about the group. And we really do appreciate that. We do also want to say that a caveat, people are posting a lot, and we do approve those posts. So we kind of skim through and make sure that that it stays on topic. And I understand that people really appreciate that that the newsfeed is really just on topic conversations and posts. Something that we don't really get a hang, or really just get a hang to just like edit or look through, are the comments that are being posted in that post, right? So sometimes a post will have 26 to 45 comments. We don't have the manpower, not manpower. We don't have the power to be able to sift through those comments. So if you see anything alarming, or if you see anything that's not really MCP related, please flag that for us and let us know. You could reach out to any of us just to be like, hey, this comment doesn't seem like it's on task. I know Monty and I, we're really appreciative when some of our members reached out to us and was like, hey, they're spam, like, catch them. And so we were able to catch people, or really spam accounts. So please continue to do that. So where are most of our members from? This is really exciting for me to look at. Sarah, do you want to take this over?
Sure. This is the power of Google Slides animations, which really always hits well with my elementary school students. So I definitely thought of them, but it also hits well for all students. So we have tons of different members, right? Over 8,000 members. And the best part is our members come from all over. So they're from Australia, they are from Canada, next click. They are from India, they are from Nigeria, and they are from the Philippines, and they are from the United States, and they are from so very many places. And we are just so grateful for this global community. And also we're just so grateful truly for everybody sharing their experience. I know when I was doing some mentoring during our virtual Summer Institute, I had a mentee out in Thailand. And it was really not only great to connect to her, but also just really affirming when she was like, yeah, man, the kids were crazy today. And they couldn't sit down and they didn't want to sit down. And we were just trying. It's been a rough day. And I was like, it's been a rough day here too, and just really fourth graders are the same everywhere. Eighth graders are the same everywhere. And it's so wonderful that we can connect so many dedicated educators across the globe within this mission of really providing equitable access for kiddos. So thank you to everybody that has joined this year. Hit up your teacher friends, have them join as well. Hit up our free course, our virtual mentorship program, because we are so excited for this just to grow and grow.
Yeah, and something else I wanted to add on to, Sarah, is how we actually have DMCEs, the Distinguished Modern Classroom Educators, all over the world as well. So we have some educators in Belgium. We have an admin, actually, a school leader in Zambia. And then we have mentees from Sweden. Like, it's just kind of all over the place. And I just absolutely love it. And we also have a mentee from Israel, and continue to have conversations about how education is working there. What are some issues? What are some challenges, right? Like, it's been so insightful, and we're so grateful that you are all here with us. Monty, do you want to go over members of the month?
Yes. All right. So I really enjoy being able to kind of like look at our data over the course of the month and like really seeing, okay, like who was the most engaged and choosing that member. And as I mentioned earlier, the member of the month does get a t-shirt. And our members of the week do get stickers. Hold on, pause for a second. I'm so sorry. Yes. All right. Sorry. Cut this out, Jasmine. All right. Anyway, so as we already said, we're just super happy with the engagement and the enthusiasm and, everybody's willingness to support the community. We love how quickly people are able to jump into the comments. Like, sometimes I find myself, by the time I even get to a post, there's already like 4 or 5 comments already on there. And we're just so appreciative that our group is so willing to help each other, that we all believe in this model so much that, nobody's ever like, no, I'm not going to like help that person. Like, we just love how willing everybody is to jump in. If you are curious about how you can become member of the month or even member of the week, post, ask questions, comment on things. We love to see your posts, whether it's like pictures of your classroom, whether you're just telling us about how things are going. We love to see all of that. So you don't have to just save your posts for questions. You're more than welcome to share updates with us and things like that. Other ways for you to, be engaged in the group. We do an article of the week every week. Shout out to Tavia, who does that. I believe Sarah's taking it over temporarily while Tavia, recuperates. But Tavia is in charge of that, and the articles that she chooses have been super great. We also do a question of the week. Shout out to Sarah for that. I have nothing to do with this, but they're really great. They're really great questions. In addition to that, I do a weekly post on Saturdays where I welcome our new members, and I would love to see some of our veterans in there, welcoming our group as well. Posting, obviously, you can be engaged there. We had like 2,100, like a little over 2,100 posts this year, which is like insane. 20,000 plus comments, which is even more insane. That means like we were commenting, and reactions. This means liking, hearting, laughing. Almost 36,000 reactions this year. So this is tremendous engagement. And we would like to be at the end of 2022 next year saying our group grew more. We had more comments, more posts, more reactions. So I challenge all of you to help us beat our goal.
Yeah, and I do want to say we have a private Slack channel with all 4 of us, and we would take screenshots and be like, how do you respond to this? And then literally 20 minutes later, there's already 15 responses from our group. So we're like, well, never mind. We're taken care of. It's all good. Like, we actually don't need to respond because our members have it. So again, our veterans, y'all are bomb.com. So we really, really, really appreciate you. And so, and another thing too, Sarah, those questions of the week, so much better than mine. So appreciate you, as well as Tavia. Like, it's so nice to have this group because we just needed to do something different. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and talk about our glows and grows from your Keeping Up with Modern Classrooms team. Sarah, do you want to go first?
I sure can. So glows and grows, in case anybody is not familiar with that term, is a great way that you yourself or your students can go ahead and reflect on your glows. So what has been going well, what's something that you want to continue doing well, and then grows, what's something that you're like, we're working on, but something that you want to kind of grow into a beautiful flower, a beautiful tree, a beautiful shrub as we move forward. So for me, definitely one of my glows this year was that I became a DMCE. I actually got introduced to MCP in 2020. It came to me, as some people know, during a very dark time of virtual teaching, and it brought me a lot of joy. And then this year, one of my goals was to go ahead and continue my journey with it. And so I became a distinguished modern classroom educator. For other implementers out there that are like, ooh, DMCE, what is that? That is a great opportunity for you not to only further your practice, but to also get a really cool digital badge and some resume language and some other great DMC swag. So you can check that out. Tony Rose, let's make sure that we put that in the show notes about where they can find that on our Modern Classrooms website. And it's just a great opportunity to not only get, like I said, that swag, but it's also a very meaningful application. Throughout the application, you get to reflect on your practice and what's going well, what are your glows, what are your grows. And so even though it does take a little bit of time, it's really an opportunity for you as an educator to reflect on your practice. And as we all know, our days go by so super crazy fast because we're having to make all of these different decisions. And it was really great for me to be able to have this like dedicated reflection space, especially because I feel like with virtual teaching and then hybrid teaching, and then we're in person, then hybrid back, like I didn't really take a time to sit and really think to myself about what was going well in my classroom and what I wanted to work on. And so the DMCE application is a great way to do that. In terms of my grows, I got to start mentoring this year as well. That's an opportunity that's extended to some to people that are DMCEs. And I would love to continue just to grow as a mentor and being able to reach more mentees. Really excited to see how our second version of the Virtual Summer Institute goes. That's a great opportunity if you're thinking about joining our virtual mentorship program. That would be a great time to do so. And again, all of that information is on our website. And another thing with the grows, I'm not sure if I've shared this with the group or not, but I'm in grad school for adult education, specifically with supporting learners within the workplace. And so I'm just hoping to continue my streak and to also be done with grad school, because y'all, I enjoy teaching school. I am not enjoying being in school that much, but that is okay. It is very meaningful, but I am looking forward to continuing that. And also I'm adding on some marketing classes to that too. So that will be interesting. So that is my glows and grows.
Yeah, and I do want to add into, if you are interested in becoming a mentor, please sign up, please apply to become a DMCE before January 31st, just so that we can get you prepared for our Virtual Summer Institute for next year. So just keeping that in mind. Tavia, do you want to talk about your glows and grows this year?
So some of the things, glows, I guess. It's been awesome working with you all. That's a big glow, and learning more from the Facebook group and learning more from teachers from all over the place, and learning that we have more in common than we actually think we do. Like she was saying, just with fourth graders are the same everywhere. High schoolers are the same everywhere. They come in wanting to do it some days, and some days they're just totally not feeling it. So it's very nice to just meet such a diverse group of people. Really been trying to get more into the Slack channel because it's actually very interesting. It's just, at first I looked at it as just one more app on my phone. And but as I went, now that I have a lot of time on my hands and I've been able to sit down and actually really go through it, I actually want to pay a little bit more attention into that as well. Twitter, we'll get there. That's a grow. We're going to grow to Twitter. But I really do kind of like the Slack channel, and I like the different channels that I'm a part of. So I really love the Ed Tech channel where we talk about the different tech tools that we could use in the classroom, because I'm a very big Canvas person. So I love the new updates on Canvas and stuff. Grows, I like Sarah. I'm also in grad school. I'm getting my master's in instructional design and technology. So, and it's been very interesting. Just like you, I enjoy teaching, but I have discovered that I no longer like being a student. I did then, but it is not me now. And I think it's because it's online. I think it would be better if it was like more face-to-face, but that having to do it all online with no teacher interaction or no class interaction other than discussion boards can be a challenge sometimes. Can be a challenge sometimes, but some other growth is just continuing to, be a better mentor for my mentees, learning more. I have more mentees this time who are on the administrative side, more as instructional coaches than teachers. So that's been very interesting, learning how they do things and what they bring to the table. So I definitely want to work more with that group. And I'm looking forward to the Summer Institute. So that was really fun last year. It was a lot of work, but it was very much fun. So I'm looking forward to doing that again as well.
It's on me now. Okay. Glows. Well, I moved cities, so I got out of Florida. If you live in Florida, I'm sorry for you. If you're thinking of moving to Florida, don't. And I can say that because I grew up there. Nobody else is allowed to do that. So just saying. So I live in Atlanta now, and I'm really excited. I started a new school. So at this point, I can say that I've checked off all the boxes in terms of schools, because I've worked in charter, I've worked in public, and now I'm in private. And they all have problems, but it's exciting to see how even when schools are so vastly different, that they are all really the same. So I'm enjoying most days, learning more about being in independent school, because they're definitely interesting. They're definitely their own ballpark. I'm also, I'm speaking of grad school, I am also in grad school. I started grad school in August, and yeah, I've been struggling this semester because I thought I liked school. I used to like school, and now, I don't like it. So it's a glow though, because I'm getting my master's in problem-based learning, because my end goal one day is to write curriculum. I would love to write some really dope science curriculum. Maybe Modern Classroom will hire me one day as a curriculum writer, and I'll just write curriculum for them. Hint, hint, Tony Rose. So I am also in grad school like everybody else. My growth, as I mentioned earlier, I'm a hot mess. I'm all over the place. I have a planner and I have 2 agendas, and I write everything down. And I just never know what's going on. I feel like my brain is so frazzled. I feel split. How they say when you're doing a lot of things, you're probably mediocre at all of them. I'm probably mediocre at everything right now. As I learn to balance school with new job and everything going on. So yeah, hopefully in 2022 we'll get the hot messiness together. And Tony Rose is so great because she texts me all the time to remind me of meetings that I'm supposed to be in. I'm always late. So but I'm real honest about myself. So but I'm glad to be here for everybody, and I'll always help, even though I'm a hot mess. So, keep that in mind.
Also you 3 are rock stars, being in grad school, teaching full time, and mentoring, doing all this MCP stuff. Kudos to all 3 of you. I remember being in grad school and absolutely hating it as well. So thank you for everything that you're doing. And so I'm sure we have a lot of teachers as well in the same spot as you. And so, and then, continuing to shine through, even though there's so many things happening, right? So for me, a glow is that I joined Modern Classroom full time. It's so exciting. And I have gotten better at managing things. It was rough. It was a rough start, but I'm getting better at it. And I was also pulled in as a co-host for the podcast. And so that was a whole ball game for me. But I think because of our Facebook community, our Facebook group community, it's been really helpful to be able to get guests in the podcast and just have lots of conversations and different topics and all of that jazz. So we appreciate your feedback on that as well. A grow for me would be like what Tavia was saying, was a Slack channels. And so we're trying to increase engagement there. And so that's been kind of a learning curve for me because I don't know Slack very much. And I know it's a great way to communicate with our mentees. And so we're trying to revamp that and making sure that it's just as hyped and energetic as the Facebook group, but then also providing something different than the Facebook group. So that's going to be a challenge for me. And I'm just really excited to have new DMCEs. I'm really excited to work with new mentors. I know that we've had like 5 or 6 new mentors join, which is really, really cool. And as you all know, I'm also kind of in charge of making sure our mentors are well taken care of. And so I have a lot on my plate, but I'm just so ecstatic to be in the same space as educators. I just love teachers so much. We are like the best people ever, I believe. So that's not me being biased or anything, but really appreciate all of your thoughts, all of your feedback, everything that you've provided for each other. And we just know that 2022 is just going to get better. It has to. There's no other option. It has to. So with that being said, Tavia, take it away.
Okay, gang. So something exciting to talk about. Remember, every Wednesday, the first Wednesday of each month, there is a Twitter chat. It will be at 7 p.m. Eastern. And it's just another place for you to come if you have questions, if you need more resources, or if you just want to come and meet people and grow your fan base. If you don't know what Chitter Chats are, you're in a brave space because we're also still learning. I just said that's my growth for 2022 is to get more involved with Twitter. And so we're also still learning, so we'll all learn together. Make sure that you're following MCP at Modern Class Project. And that's every first Wednesday of the month at 7 p.m.
Awesome. So again, thank you all for a wonderful 2021. This is our second year in COVID. And so hopefully we all wrap it up. Please stay safe. 2022, here we come. Do you want to do our closing statements, Monty? You start off.
Yes. Give me 1 second to find document, even though I say the same thing every month. Sorry, gosh.
That's okay. In 2022, you can just grow with having the document up. That's okay. We all have different goals.
Okay, Sarah. Moon. That's all, folks. Okay, hold on. Let me do it again. That's all, folks. Thank you for joining us today.
We appreciate all that you do for your students and their families, and we especially appreciate all of y'all.
And as Ms. Frizzle says from the Magic School Bus, take chances and make mistakes and get messy. We'll see you all next month, next year. Please rest and do something that brings you joy. We love you.